All right. Okay. Is it true? Did it happen? Yes. Hey, we're live. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Are we live? Yeah. Yeah, we're live. Hey, welcome. My name is Luke, and welcome to this live English class. For those of you who are English learners, we have a lot to talk about. I'll be answering questions, of course, as usual, and I have some interesting stuff to show you too. If you're not an English learner, get out. You're not welcome here. Well, yeah, you can stay if you want to. But why? It would be my question. Why? Why would you stay? Let's see. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I have an app review, which you might find interesting because it is a somewhat higher level app review than usual. So for those of you who are, really good at English, this is the live stream for you. Welcome. This live stream is meant for you. And actually, it would be cool if we could do some sort of high-level questions as well, sort of a theme. We can't make it happen, but I can hope, right? That would be great. Also, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Why? Because if you subscribe, then you can see future videos and courses. So it's very important that you do that if you want to see future videos and courses. On the other hand, if you don't, then don't. That's pretty simple, right? What else? Well, I would say, if you don't mind, it would be great if you could hit the like button. And that helps the channel because it tells people that there's a live class happening now. That's very good. Also, my full courses are on sale. They are 20% off right now. So if you want to get my courses for 20% off, check out those full courses, English courses, how to think in English, pronunciation, English idioms and phrases, some grammar, and a bunch of other stuff. So check it out. And also, get your questions ready. If you've been struggling with something, pronunciation, culture questions, sentences you don't understand from books you're reading, things about a specific idiom or movie that you've seen recently, sentences, whatever it is, ask, and we'll do our best to answer as many as we can. We'll see what happens. So anyway, that's that. All right. Good in Canada's here. Hello, welcome. Salem is here. Lots of peace all the way from Eritrea. Hi from Thailand. It says chat cool TV. Let's jump right in then. Yes, good idea. Hello from the Dominican Republic. I enjoy your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy your comment. Lolly Lolly is here, of course. What time is it in France? Wait a second. That doesn't seem right. In France, it's like, Lolly Lolly, what time is it over there? Like 4 in the morning? What are you doing up? Robots don't sleep. That's right. I forgot. Watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Hold on. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let me search this. What is this? This better not be something bad, huh? Bizarre Japanese, written by an illustrator. Transferred to... Okay, so it's just an anime, right? Or a manga. Cool. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. 1:21. Oh, that's not that late, Lolly Lolly. Lolly Lolly says it's 1:21. I suppose that's fine. Hello, I'm from Colombia. I'm looking forward to this lesson. Well, I hope I don't disappoint you, Sergio, although I am well known. I'm famous for disappointing people. So the odds are high in favor of that. But who knows for sure? Might be my first good live stream. We'll see. Walter's here. All right. Wow, we have a lot of people in already. That's good. That's cool. Guys, again, I mentioned it before. Once more, I would really appreciate if you could hit like. That helps out a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. You can see future live streams and videos, and check out those courses. 5:22 p.m. Central Time. Don't tell me we're going to do another thing where we report the times where we live. Come on, guys. Does anybody really care? I mean, I care a little bit because I like to know when people are watching, but I wonder if other commenters really care. Who knows? Anyway, Notarisk is here from Twitch. Wow, all the way from Twitch, huh? And Tio Hikito is here. That's the one who recommended the anime. All right. Well, guys, leave your question in the comments. We're gonna do our app review, I think, first, and then I'll get to the questions after, if that's okay. Can I? Oh, yeah, that's just adding that. All right. Okay. So, let's get to our app review. There are a lot of apps out there, a lot of websites and services out there that are supposed to help you with your spoken English. And I wouldn't tell you to not use any of them if they're useful for you, even the ones that I think are not good. Now, I've been recently looking at apps and websites to kind of review them and give my take as someone who's been teaching English for 8 or 9 years, however long it's been, right? I've been giving my feedback, doing my reviews. Well, I want to show you one today that is not for English learners. But for those of you who are getting up there, I think it might be useful for you. At least we can see if it might be useful. It's called Speako. S-P-E-E-K-O, Speako. And it is for public speaking practice. That's what it's for, public speaking practice. So the idea is it gives you exercises to practice speaking casually, formally, about specific things, many different exercises, and then it listens to what you said and gives you feedback on what you said to help you improve your speaking. Now, what it's not going to do is make corrections. It's not looking at it as though you are a native English speaker. Excuse me. It's not looking at it as though you're a non-native English speaker learning English. It's looking at it, what you said, as though you are a native English speaker who needs to improve some areas of your English. That's the idea. So if you feel like you're getting up there, your level is pretty good, you might consider it because it can start to point out some of those things that a native English speaking teacher would point out. You need to improve that, whatever it is. What are the issues? Things like using thinking words too much, right? Pausing in the wrong way. Intonation, bizarre, strange intonation. Something about the structure of your speaking. Is it logical? Does it make sense? I think it has some feedback on that. So we're going to take a look. I'm going to actually use it, and I will give you my honest opinion about it. Let's see how it goes. Now, you guys can't see my phone screen, but I will describe what I'm seeing here, and you'll be able to at least hear. It, okay? So let's do this. All right. Hold on now. Let me see here. All right. So I'm going to open the app, S-P-E-E-K-O, Speako, and it has, like many English apps, it has modules that you go through. And the modules are related to sections. This section that I'm in now is called impromptu speaking. Now, impromptu speaking means you're not thinking too much about it. You're not preparing anything, right? Just talk. Just talk. And that can be great practice for your English as well. So it gives you 18 activities, and there are, just to give you a little background, there are many other activities that you can do. If you go to home, it can show you other things to work on as well. So we're going to go to, it has a warm-up activities, talking turtle, describe the picture, table topics, vocal delivery basics, presenting online, using inclusive language. I have no idea what that means. Storytelling, Managing nerves. Oh, so if you get nervous, how you handle that. That's an interesting one. A lot of people have problems with that. Me, if I do videos and live streams, I get so nervous. I'm so nervous now. I'm sure you can tell. Great orators. That means great speakers. All right, so let's just look at, looks like they have a lot of content, a lot of different topics to work on. Let's look at the impromptu speaking course, and I've taken the first 2 modules so that I can get to the exercise. The first 2, I guess I should say the first 2 lessons to get to the first exercise, because I didn't want to have to make you go through that. It's just something to listen to, and you can read it as you listen to it. They explain, for example, why practicing impromptu speaking is so important. Again, impromptu speaking is just talking without thinking too much, without an outline. Just talk. It's a great way to practice. Now the exercise, and there's a little microphone here, so I'm going to click on the exercise after the first 2 lessons, and it says stream of consciousness. Again, that means no planning, just say what you say. Practice speaking for 2 minutes. Is it going to tell me what to speak about? Begin. Practice speaking for 2 minutes without hesitating. Repeat this exercise until you feel completely comfortable with it. All right? Continue. Talk about what is around you. I'm sitting at a white desk that I got at IKEA. And in fact, I'm doing a live stream right now, which I'm not always doing when I'm sitting at this desk. Around me is my studio setup and some other things, because this studio also serves as a guest bedroom when people come over to visit. So there are some things on my desk, some related to streaming and doing videos, some not. On the left, there's a Google Assistant speaker that also has internet, and a stand for my phone, some sunglasses, a bottle of half-empty green tea, and as for the studio setup, there's a monitor, a set of buttons to do things in live streams, headphones, an artboard, and 2 keyboards, and a trackpad, my computer, my camera. Now, this is all related to my studio, but the more personal stuff, the room stuff, is perhaps more interesting. I'm looking at a bookshelf, and there are some books on it, although I usually read audiobooks, so I don't have tons of books physically. I have a lot of audiobooks. Sitting on a second computer, which is live streaming something else, there is a dinosaur. It is I think it's an Apatosaurus or a Brontosaurus, and the Brontosaurus is looking at some of the pillows that are behind me on the futon sofa bed that guests sometimes sleep on when they come over to my house. And then there's a bunch of other junk, like headphones, SD cards, markers, a microphone, and some other crap. Okay. 2 minutes. That's it. All right. Now it says, keep that voice nice and strong. And have an option to listen back. Can I listen back? Okay, so I can listen back to the whole thing. You heard what I said, so I don't need to do that. Continue. Now here is where I hope I get analysis, where I hope they give me some feedback. If they don't, okay, then it says rate the exercise. What did you like? I like the technique. Okay, but I didn't get any feedback yet. Where's my feedback? Thanks for... I'm giving them feedback. Where's my feedback? Huh? Where's my feedback? Where's my feedback? I'm supposed to get feedback. Huh? Progress. Oh, do I have to go over to progress? Maybe I need to go over to progress to see what I'm doing. All right, so it's telling me, I'm looking at what's called your speaker profile. So, okay, I'm a little confused about the way that they arrange this, because I'd like to see my feedback as soon as I finish talking. But once I go over to progress, then it looks like they're giving me my scores. it seems like I have low pitch variety, meaning that my voice doesn't go up and down enough. They think my voice should go up and down more, like this, and I have a bookshelf in my room. But I have a dinosaur. I don't know what that means exactly, but okay, fair enough. Articulation, pace, pausing, and eloquence, they've also given me some scores on. And tap on each dot above to select a recording. Okay, so I select the Getting Started Stream of Consciousness. And let's see if I can see a report. Okay, creating report for my stream of consciousness activity. And they're going to give me a full breakdown. Pace, good. Eloquence, 7 filler words. This is actually pretty cool. I used and 4 times. I used so 2 times. I used like 1 time. So they're saying that those are filler words. And they're saying I should use those less. My pace, good job with your pace. The goal is a conversational pace, a combination of fast, medium, and slow. Your average speaking rate is 141 words per minute. The target range is 120 to 160 words per minute. Okay. Pausing. Great speakers make their words more memorable by pausing between their thoughts. Way to go. So they're telling me I did a good job on pausing. Intonation. You used great pitch. Oh, they said I thought they said I didn't do a great job. I misunderstood the graph. I guess farther toward that means I did a good job. I misunderstood that. Okay. All right, cool. You used great pitch variety, which adds passion, excitement, and richness to your message. Okay, cool. And then the last one, articulation. Great job enunciating your sounds. Your speech is crisp, clear, and easy to understand. So that's actually pretty cool. Now, if you're at a fairly high level of English and you're doing something like this, you're not going to get feedback like, oh, you said this wrong, or this is incorrect, past tense. It's not correcting that sort of thing. But it can give you feedback on these higher level areas. Things like your intonation, things like your articulation, your eloquence, your pausing. And that can be useful. I actually find this useful. It tells me about filler words. It tells me maybe I should have paused more. I wish, thinking back when I think back on my recording, I wish I had paused a bit more. I felt a little rushed, like I had to say something constantly. I could have paused and said, now, the dinosaur, right? It might have been a little more interesting. They noticed that. And I was trying to make my voice go up and down, so I thought that was strange at first that they didn't notice that. But then I realized, oops, I read the graph wrong. Actually, I did a good job at that, and so that makes sense as well. And I realized I need to cut down on filler words. I said too many times, and I need to be careful about that. The other cool thing is they show me that I can get a transcript processing, so you can read what you wrote. That is super cool. I'm interested to see what that looks like. And then they give me a recommendation. Describe the picture. Another exercise that I would do. Then I would get a score for that. So honestly speaking, although I think the way that they give you the feedback, making you go to progress, is a little weird, and they don't just say, here's your feedback. Once you get to the feedback by clicking on progress, it's actually pretty useful. It seems to be about right to me. It looks about right to me. And I find this to be an actual sort of way that I can improve my speaking. So, if you feel like you're at that level where you can get that higher level feedback, maybe check it out. They have a subscription model. You can get a subscription. I don't have anything to do with Speako, so since I have nothing to do with Speako, I mean, I'm just saying it looks pretty cool. I don't get anything if you sign up, but so far I find it very interesting, and I think I will continue to use it to also improve my speaking. Export recording. Very cool. All right, so that's it. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. That would be very appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can see future videos, and also check out my full English courses. They are on sale. That is in the links in the description. All right. Rowain says, I hope you guys liked that. I thought that was really cool. I was worried that I was going to be totally disappointed like I was with Andy, which sucks. But that was actually very cool. I like it. Good feedback. From a robot, right? So it's noticing things that you wouldn't normally pick out. Cool beans. Cool beans. German says, thanks, sir, for the app review. Yes, sir. If you guys have any other things you want me to take a look at, I would be happy to review them. I'm always looking for new stuff to review. I think it's fun. I'm a new subscriber in your channel. Could you please help how to prepare for the IELTS exam? Well, I don't know if you saw the video that I did with Francis, but if you look at the last live stream, or the 2 live streams ago, Francis and I did a live stream, and he is an IELTS instructor. So my recommendation would be to check out his course. You can check out his course in the link under the video. So if you look at the link under the stream, it's there. Check out his course. That would be my suggestion. He's a professional IELTS examiner. He knows what he's talking about. I know a little bit what I'm talking about. He knows way more. So check out his course. It looks like the course is doing pretty well. It's getting pretty popular. You can check out my courses too, by the way. I'm Gabby from Miami, Florida. I would like you to teach us the pronunciation of J and Y, please. I already bought your course in Udemy, but I couldn't find the pronunciation of these 2 letters. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I would be happy to help out with that. And if you have specific words that are difficult, that would be even better, Gabby. That would be even better. All right, let's pop up Gabby's question here. And guys, you can now start putting in your questions, any thoughts or comments, whatever you want to say it. Just say it. You just say it, okay? Let's see if I do this. Is it right? Put myself over here. Hey, oh, huh? Okay. Let's think of some words that we could do for this one. I'm going to go with the beginning and the middle for J, and then we could do, for Y, we could do, well, beginning and middle as well. Yeah. Beginning, middle, and end. Okay. This is cool. This is fun. Now, actually, Gabby, I do have another course that is the follow-up course to the course that you're taking on Udemy. That one has a whole section on J. There's a whole JG section. So look forward to that. That's going to be, I'm very, very excited about that course. That's going to be really fun to film. I'm getting ready to film it. It's going to be really fun, I think, to go through as well. It's a fun pronunciation course. Okay, so Gabby says, I am Gabby from Miami, Florida. I would like you to teach us the pronunciation of J and Y, please. I already bought your courses in Udemy, but I couldn't find the pronunciation of these 2 letters. Forgive me, Gabby, for not including those, but they are in the next course. So the best thing I think we can do here is come up with the words. We'll go through the words. We'll talk about the J and Y sounds within those words. We'll try to do J first, and then I think we'll get into Y. If I can, just pop over to here. Zzz. Have my kind of my background, right? And I keep the question up there. All right. Now, we will do let's put it here. How about that? All right. Let's do some J words. Let's do Jones. Oh, what's this? Oh, right. I'm getting used to this stupid thing. T. No spotlight. Turn that off. Okay. Jones. And then Major. And then do a G word because it's the same. And then yeah, let's go with these. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's do this just for fun. Let's do that one just for fun. Okay, so for J, the J sound is somewhat soft, and that is why I also have a G here. The G one here is called the soft G. This G sounds exactly like J. So there are two G sounds. One G sounds like J, and one G doesn't. The hard G is G, like go and goat and Maggie. G, 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 g. The soft J is J, J, J. So what do you do with your mouth when you say the soft J sound? When you say the soft J sound, you're going to put your lips forward like that, as though you were going to do CH. Ch, ch, ch. Except, it's a little different. You have to add your voice and not push so hard with your tongue. J, j. So the CH is like this. Ch, ch. It's a bit harder, and I push my tongue a little bit farther up at the roof of my mouth. With J, it's not pushed up so hard, and you have to add the voice, of course. J, j. And to be clear, that is exactly the same if I say it at the beginning of a word or in the middle of the word. Now, I've seen it sometimes at the end of the word, and if it's at the end, it's often not originally an English word and is something like zh. So that's why we have the other word here, the last one. So let's just go through these one by one. Jones. J, 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 j. Practice that sound. J, j. Jones. Be careful not to say j too hard. If it's j, j, if you push too hard, like you would with CH, remember I said CH is a little harder, then it's going to be a little awkward. Just going to sound like j, 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 j. It's got to be something that pushes out kind of gently. It can't be too harsh. J, j. Not too long, but a little longer than j, like being punched in the stomach. Jones, Jones. How about the second one with J in the middle? Major, major, j, j. Same sound. It's not different. Major, major, major. Why did I say major? Major. All right. Now, what about the G? This is exactly the same. We know it's exactly the same because it has an I after it. Often, but not always, often a G followed by an I will be the soft G, I, E, or Y. Now, there are exceptions to this. Of course, gift, for example, is an exception. This one, soft G, pronounced exactly like the J. So this one would be legion, 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 legion. Now, one thing that people get confused about is for words that have a D combined with it. So what about, for example, B-A-D, B-A-D-G-E-R? That is actually the same. Badger, badger, j, j. So even if there's a D in front of the G, it won't change. The G that's soft is like the J, even if there's a D in front of the J or the G. We say it the same. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same sound. It's not like we say badger. No, badger. Same thing. Now, the last one is a unique example, and I mention it because you see it here and there, often in words that don't originate in English. They're borrowed. So this would be borrowed from French, and some names, for example, might be borrowed from other places around the world. So this one is actually not deja, but is deja. So this is the same sound that we would use in, for example, usually. Something that you can continue very long, obviously, like I just did. So that would be deja vu. Deja, ja, deja vu. It's not as hard, right? You can feel it's a little softer. I'm not doing that at the beginning. That's close to the CH sound. A little less power there, but pretty close to the CH sound without the voice. So just be aware of that. Now, let's go into our Y. Let's go into Y. Let's see if we can come up with some Y words. Let's do this one. And let's do let's do that. Let's do that one. Let's do that one with one at the end. And yeah, that should be okay. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Okay. So now the Y. Y-E-L-L-I-N-G. When we say the Y sound, we have to get this, not always, but often, we have to get this interesting thing there. It's like a dip. It goes down. And if you watch my mouth, you'll see it. Yeah. 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 Now, sometimes Y is not like that. Sometimes Y is a simple E sound. It sounds just like E. Sometimes Y even makes the I sound, like G-Y-M, right? It's not exactly a Y sound. So sometimes it makes other sounds. That's fine. Let's look at that one too. Let's add that. Oh no, my words! Yelling, layer, geography, and bulky. Oops. My words! My words! My words! What about my words? Okay. And then we'll do... Okay. All right, so the first one, we've got to get this yeah. And you can just practice the YA sound. Yeah. If it's not like that, then it goes E, and it just sounds like E. We want to avoid that. We've got to have this bouncy thing. Yeah. If we don't have it, then we can actually cause confusion for words like YEAR and Y and in EAR, right? Because if we don't have the yeah sound, smile and go up and down, yeah. Otherwise, it's just E. If it has that hard E sound, then we get confused. Because year and ear are the same except for the y thing. Notice that there's kind of a little ramp in front of the Y, so that you don't hear a hard beginning. When we say words like ear, we hear a hard beginning. E, right? But if we say year, it goes, you can't hear the beginning in a sort of sudden way, as we can with ear, right? Some words are like that, right? It starts from nothing and sort of builds up. Year. It's got to have that soft ramp up to the sound, in addition to the yeah, right? There's no hard beginning. So let's look at these. Yellow. No hard beginning. It's not elo, no. Yellow. Layer. Y is there, and then yer. Layer. Layer. Geography. Now, wait a second. Where's the yeah? There is no yeah. Often at the end, if Y comes at the end of the word, we often instead just say the E, the long E sound, and we don't have the yeah, because it would be strange to say geography. Geography. What is that? I don't know. So usually if you have Y at the end, it goes E. Geography. Bulky. Not bulky. Bulky. Just like if we were to put EE at the end. B-U-L-K-E-E. Now that's not a word, but it would probably sound like bulky. Okay. Here's an exception. G-Y-M. Gym. It's a short I sound, just like I. G-I-S-T. Gist. G-Y-M. Gym. Same J sound. That, by the way, is the soft G sound, which is J. The last one we talked about, but just to be very clear, we have this ramp up. Yeah. This is what Y is, in addition to the that goes down. Year. And that distinguishes it from ear, that hard beginning. Okay. So I really hope that this helps to clarify the sounds, Gabby. I hope that it helps to make it a little easier. You have to develop your ear, not your year, your ear, this one, so that you can hear the differences in the sounds, even if they're very subtle. Because if you can't hear them, if you're not aware of them, and aware of the difference between your sound and that sound, you can't ever get there. So you have to notice it first. Then you can copy it. Then you can repeat it. So practice. Make sure you work on your awareness. Practice lists of words. Make sure it's a habit. Do it again and again until it gets easy. Hope that helps, Gabby. Great question. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you also subscribe so that you can see future videos. And don't forget to check out my full courses, which are on sale, in the links in the description. Good question, Gabby. Thanks a lot, and thanks for buying the course as well. I'm glad that you're in. I hope, I shouldn't assume. I hope that you're enjoying it. I hope. Okay. Drinking some tea here, green tea. Yum. All right, guys, again, if you got questions, now's the time to ask them. Think about stuff that you've been struggling with, maybe pronunciation stuff, grammar questions, whatever it is. Study tips. Please let me know when your course is ready. Look out for that course in probably the beginning of December. That's when you can expect that course. I will be releasing several courses toward the end of the year, beginning in late October. I expect to be releasing courses, so look out for those. Right now, though, I do have 11 courses available. So there are courses on how to think in English. There are 2 pronunciation courses. There's one course about how to speak with flow, right? So your words flow. The master course covers a huge range of different topics and skills, from how to describe things clearly, to using all the tenses correctly, to handling proposals and debating skills. It's a very broad range of topics. That one's very, very popular. Currently on sale at something like 80% off on Udemy. So there's a big sale there happening for that one. Check that out. Or on my website, it's also on sale. You can check that out too. And there are other courses as well, customer service English and so on, job interview skills. So you can check that out in the links. I heard I take the fifth. Is it a fun way to answer a question? Lolly, that's an interesting one. Lolly says, I heard I take the fifth. Is it a fun way to not answer a question in the U.S.? So there's an important point behind this, and so I should explain it. By the way, the expression is not I take the fifth. Usually the expression is I plead, P-L-E-A-D, the fifth. Now, what is that short for? It's short for the Fifth Amendment. What is the Fifth Amendment? I know we're getting deeper. We're peeling away the layers of the onion, one layer at a time. The Fifth Amendment is one of the fifth the amendments in the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is the main book of laws, let's call it a book, set of laws that control or govern the United States. The American government is based on the U.S. Constitution. The first 10, let's call them rules, okay? They're called amendments, but let's just call them rules, laws, whatever, are called the Bill of Rights, protecting people's individual rights. The First Amendment you've probably heard of, freedom of speech, freedom to protest, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. That means the media can print what they like. Second Amendment, Right to bear arms. You can have a gun. Yes, that's true. The Fifth Amendment is your right to not incriminate yourself. In other words, you can't, if you've done something illegal, be forced to say that you did. They can't say, oh, you lied about that, and that means you're now going to jail because you lied. No, you can just say, I plead the Fifth. And that means I refuse not to answer. So the long version of this is, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. What it means is, in a courtroom, if you just say that, it means I'm not saying I'm guilty. I'm not saying I'm innocent. I'm saying nothing. I am reserving the right to not say anything. Because if I said something and I did something bad, then I would be making myself seen as guilty. I would be sent to jail if I did something bad. So I choose to say nothing. But by saying nothing, the jury, the judge can't say, oh, you said nothing? You said nothing, that means you're guilty. No, it means that would be interesting. It means nothing. It means no answer. You can't assume that someone who, because they might say, I plead the Fifth for a different reason. Maybe they didn't do anything wrong. And they might be pleading the Fifth for some other reason. So, what am I saying? When someone says, I plead the Fifth, they're referencing that, and maybe they're doing it in a jokey way. So, as Lolly Lolly is suggesting here, a fun way. It can be funny. If someone asks you a question like, hey, did you eat my chips? I plead the Fifth. So that's kind of a funny way to say, yeah, I did. But I don't want to say that I did, so I plead the Fifth. So in everyday conversation, saying I plead the Fifth is kind of a fun way to admit something without admitting it. So actually, when we say plead the Fifth in real life and everyday situations, we are admitting it. We just don't want to say it. The suggestion is that we did it. Otherwise, we would say, no, you're crazy. Because it's not a courtroom, right? It's just chips. So that's a good question, Lolly Lolly. Very interesting. I guess that is a specific thing for America, but you'll hear that often in TV shows and movies as well. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Thumbs up. Also, subscribe so that you can see future videos. You don't miss things in the future. That's very important. Extremely important. And since all the courses are on sale, back to school time, make sure you click on the link and sign up for a course while they're at a lower price. I have 11 courses right now, more in the future. Maybe you're watching this in the future, then it's probably more. So check those out, and good question. Well, actually, Vinny, I'm not so sure that they're that hard. It just depends. So L-E-A-D, I'm assuming you mean the long sound, right? And L-I-D, one is a E sound and one is a I. So notice the shape of my mouth is different. One I'm going like that, and the other I'm going like that. Lead. Lead. Anytime it's the long E sound, now I know that this can be spelled, or this can be pronounced differently, right? Lead is another pronunciation, but that's like L-E-D. So let's just focus on the long sound. Smile when you say it. Lead. Lead. And then the other one is a very relaxed kind of much more relaxed. I'm not smiling, right? My jaw is pushed slightly forward, and my mouth is very relaxed. Lid. Lid, lead, lid, lead, lid, lead, lid, lead, lid. And then if it's the short E, lead, lead, lead. A little wider, not so relaxed. Yeah. Hope that answers your question. Annabelle says, plead the Fifth? What would it be? What would be the right spelling? Yes, that is correct. Plead the Fifth. You've spelled it correctly. Plead the Fifth. Plead is like, plead. That sort of plead, you know. That is the one. You guys have any other questions for today? Did I miss any? This is a fairly general question. A lot of people ask this one, but I can say something about it. I'm still in the moment. Walter says, I'm still in the moment that I have all the words in my mind, but when I start to talk, some words disappear in my mind and stuck a lot. How can I improve that part? The simple answer is you just have to speak more. Whether using an app, recording yourself on your phone, starting your own YouTube channel or making your own videos, doing live streams, gaming online, talking with other players in the game, making friends, finding a chat partner, even if it's someone who speaks your native language, as long as you're practicing speaking English. Joining a meetup group. Meetup is a great resource for finding common interests. Get on Meetup, find a group, join the discussion. You get to practice speaking. I have a Meetup in an hour. I have a Meetup group. I meet 3 times a week with my group. And anything else that you can do where you're just practicing all the time. The attitude of, oh, I can't do it. Oh, what do you expect? If you don't do it enough, you can't do it, right? I mean, I recently started playing golf again after 10 years. Do you know what happened? My 82-year-old grandfather beat me badly. It was embarrassing. But you know what? He's been practicing twice a week. He's 82. He's very old. He can't hit the ball very far. But he beat me. Why? Because he practices more. He plays more. I didn't play in 10 years. I'm terrible. I was very serious about golf before when I was in high school. So now I'm thinking, I must be better. I must defeat my grandfather at golf. Now I'm thinking like this, right? He must be defeated. That's a little harsh. But I do want to defeat him at golf. Can I just sit back and go, I wish I were better. Whenever I hit the ball, sometimes I hit it in the wrong direction, or I get too much grass, or maybe I hit the tee in the wrong way, or I get my grip is this. None of this helps. Sitting back and thinking about it and crying and agonizing and torturing myself. None of it works. What works? Going to play golf. So once a week, twice a week, I go out, I play golf. And I want to improve because next time I play my grandfather, I must defeat him. That's my goal. So the point is that if you want to be better at anything, you have to do it a lot. And that seems so simple, except there is this weird idea that somehow learning to speak a language is not in the same category as other things, which is crazy. It is in the category of other things. It's the same as golf or anything else. So, no more excuses. Find time to practice, even if it's by yourself. There are so many ways, so many possible outlets. No more excuses. Find a way to practice, and you will be better. And then you will find that those words come to you, that you can think of those words in the moment. Trust me, it will work. You just have to do the work. All right, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. And because the courses are on sale, go check them out in the link in the description. Cheap. I really need to improve my pronunciation and intonation. I had heard to read aloud. Any other advice? Reading aloud is good to practice the specific sounds. So I would say reading aloud is good when you want to work on the intonation. Excuse me, that was a burp. That's gross, I know. I'm a human being. Reading aloud is good when you want to work on your pace, your rhythm, your flow, linking words, the intonation, the up, the down, right? Specific sounds, it's good. Reading is good. But I would also encourage you to do impromptu speaking exercises too. Practice freestyle talking so that you can also work on it when you're thinking at the same time. Because one of the problems a lot of people have is when you're thinking a lot about what am I going to say, then you forget how to pronounce things. Even though you know decision is pronounced decision, not decision, right? You know. But when you're speaking and thinking about what you're going to say, you forget. So part of it is the sounds and the intonation and the flow, which you can get from reading, which is good. But part of it is about the habits of being able to do all the things at the same time, including thinking and pronunciation. So I would say do both. Do impromptu recordings of yourself once a day and do a reading once a day. Practice both of them at the same time. Record both of them and listen back and write down comments for yourself to improve. Imagine you're listening to someone else speaking, and you'll notice things. You'll say, oh, wow, did I just pronounce that wrong? What? It'll help. It'll help. Do both. Do both. Good question, Annabelle. I asked you a question last. What is the word... The word Harding Park you can... John says, I asked you a question last, what the word the Harding Park you can get. I don't understand. I can't understand. So sorry. Question, pronunciation. Rain versus ring. Rain. Rain. A. Two differences. A. Ring. E. A. So that's the first difference. A. Rain. Ring. Rain. One is A. One is E. But there's another difference. The other difference is if the N sound, the front of your tongue is coming up to the top. That's a good way to practice it, actually. All right, to do it quickly, many times. Practice, repeat. The other way is when the back of the tongue goes up, like that. Notice the front of my tongue is... The front of my tongue isn't doing anything. The back is coming up, blocking the air. Right? Ring, singing, that sound, right? So if I'm reading your name correctly, then one way to practice this is to look at Chinese, right? So how do you say Chongqing, right? So Chongqing has two ong ing. Same as the same as the ring sound. Ring, ing, ching, ring. Same sound. Exactly the same. Then rain is with the front of your tongue coming up. So hopefully that helps. Sure thing, Annabelle. All right. Any other questions that I missed? Did I miss any questions? Culture, pronunciation, grammar. Questions, differences between phrases, idioms, movies. Pronouncing tomorrow is a bit challenging. Any tip? Well, Reda, I would just ask what's difficult about it? It has many sounds in it, so what's the hard part about it for you? I will wait for your answer. And in the meantime, I'll take a sip of green tea. It is nice to have the air conditioning on. I was recording my course today. I'm currently recording the course about prepositions still. And I don't want to have the sound of the air conditioner in the course, so I make sure I turn it off. It's tough. You have to be careful not to move any muscles, because then you'll get a little warm. Because if you get a little warm, then you'll get a little sweaty. If you get a little sweaty, it starts to get a little shiny. And if it gets a little shiny, that's a little weird for the course. I don't want that. So it's tough. We have to sit very still and record. I spend usually 4 hours a day doing that. So during the live streams, I'm a little more relaxed. Air conditioning is on. It's much better. I can move around. Do you know some tongue twisters? And also, I got in trouble with the TH sound. How could I improve that sound? Let's look for a TH tongue twister, shall we? Let's look for a TH tongue twister. TH. I'm gonna look online here. Whether the weather is fine or whether the weather be not. That one's not so great. 3,000. Nah, I don't like that one. I thought. Oh, well. You guys are probably thinking, what is he looking at? Okay, I like this one. Thursday thundering. Okay. Ha ha ha. I like this one. Pop it up in a second. I gotta get it online. Okay. Here we go. Elwiz Pro says, do you know some tongue twisters? And also, I got troubles, you could say. I have some trouble with the TH sound. How could I improve that sound? So let's do both. TH sound. Make sure, always, 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 when you say the TH sound, you put your tongue between your teeth. Don't be shy. Out. People need to be able to see your tongue. If you're shy about showing your tongue, you have to accept the fact that your TH sound is wrong. So you make sure you put your tongue out. One tip that I recommend is for people to put your finger right there in front and then lick your finger, right? Just wash it first, right? Make sure you wash your hands. Get some hand sanitizer here. Now I don't want to lick that because that's going to be. I washed my hands before this, so you put your finger here, like. Oh, now it does smell like that. I'm going to use this finger. You put your finger. You put your finger here, right, and then you lick your finger, and that forces you to get used to doing it. For those of you who have trouble with the TH sound, just do that every time. You need to feel your tongue on your finger. Now, once you do that part, you have to make sure it's not too soft. If it's too soft, it sounds like it's got to be your teeth have to actually bite down a little bit, but not too hard. One danger is that you bite your tongue off. That's not good. Then you have to go to the hospital. Then you get angry at me because I told you thought no. So make sure you're biting down, but not too hard. There should be air coming through your teeth, between your tongue and your teeth as well. Okay? So if that's too hard, I almost bit my tongue off. If it's that's too soft. So it's I'm actually touching my finger. You should actually feel your tongue on your finger. I know it's weird, but it works. Weird is okay, right? Then, for some words like then, you have your voice. So just make sure when you're saying words like then, right, and this, that your tongue is coming out in the same way and you're using your voice. This, think, this, think. All right, so practice those. Then we have tongue twisters. So this is not mine, okay, but I'm just going to bring up a tongue twister I found. Let's take a look. 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. 33 thirsty, 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. 33 thirsty, 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. Ah, that's about as fast as I can do it. I don't think I can do better than that. I think that's my best one. The only problem with this one is there are no th sounds, so you would want to maybe get a tongue twister which has a th sound as well, in addition to the 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds, right? Those are all the unvoiced th sounds. So just practice, do that, and you'll get a feeling for it. Make sure it's a habit. You have to repeat it again and again and again until it's right, okay? Hopefully that answers your question. Guys, make sure, if you haven't already, that you do this and also subscribe so that you can see future videos. And don't forget to check out my courses, full English courses on sale in the links in the description. Nice one. Mia C, is it live? No, this is not. This is a recording. I knew that someone named Mia C was going to leave a comment. Is it live? When I recorded this, this is being recorded in, this is a recording. This is the year 2019. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I know that you will ask that question. This is not live. Trust me. It's not. This is pre-recorded. I hope 2020 is a good year. I hope everything goes well in 2020. I hope nothing crazy happens in 2020. 2019 is great. Everything's fine. By the way, how to pronounce months? Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah. Months. 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 So make sure that the S is at the end. Make sure that you've got the TH sound there, but it's very quick. It goes it goes out and back very quickly. So you've got the TH, but then pull it back immediately and keep it going so that you have the S sound. It's a tough one. Practice month, 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 month first, and then months, 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 months. Practice the S sound. It's tough. It's tough. Lolly Lolly says, can I use these words interchangeably? That's a nice word. That means you can use any one instead of any other. Goal, aim, objective, purpose, target. And I feel like I have seen this question before. Am I crazy? But I'll answer it anyway. Your goal is something you want to achieve. Your aim is something you're moving toward in the direction of. I'm aiming for that. Your objective is what you want to get, what you're trying to do. And when you do it, you say, I'm done. I did it. I reached my objective. My purpose is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm moving toward this. Why? Because I want to get that. My target, the thing I'm aiming at over there. Okay. So the answer is yes, but the answer is also no. Because any word that is a synonym, almost any word that is a synonym of another word, is like a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is where you see those two circles, and then the circles overlap in parts and don't overlap in other parts, right? So these are a complicated Venn diagram. They can all be used to mean the same thing. They can. They can. And the thing that they mean is what I want to get in the future, right? But what about football? That thing is called the goal. Can we change it and say that thing is now called the aim? No. It's called the goal in the sport. So when you hear, if you ever watch football in Spanish, when they go, go, they don't say objective, right? They say goal. So that's not interchangeable. So it depends on the situation. If we're talking about me and my dreams and my life and the thing I want to do, in many cases you can use these. But there are many situations in which you can't use the others when you use goal. What about aim? Yeah, well, Hawkeye, right, from Avengers. He aims using an arrow, using a gun. You don't say, I'm goaling, I'm objectiving, I'm targeting. No. Well, you could use targeting. Yeah, targeting is okay sometimes. But usually it's just aim. Hawkeye aims his bow and arrow at his enemies. He aims. Okay? Objective. Well, the objective is the thing, the noun, like goal, but it's a thing I'm trying to get, right? We achieved 7 objectives today. If we're achieving 7 objectives today, those are pretty small things, like a checklist. Yes, 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 no, right? So would we say we achieved 7 goals today? Goals feels a little too big. And objectives could be a really small sort of bullet point sort of thing. Could be. So I'm saying all of these can be used in the same way. Can be. But they can also each be used in different ways. It's the Venn diagram. Okay? That's very important. Purpose? Purpose is inside my mind. That is my motivation, the thing that drives me. I may never tell anybody. I may never even state clearly, that's what I want. Just inside my head, I'm thinking, the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing, this is the thing, the thought that's going on inside that's making me do those things, this thing, whatever it is, right? So that could be used differently too. Target? Yeah, target could be just an object, a specific object, right? It could also be a type of store. It's a chain of stores, Target. So the point is yes and no, because any word that is a synonym of any other word also has uses that are not a synonym of that word. So hopefully that makes sense. That's true of most synonyms, almost all synonyms, and it's a good question. So thank you very much for asking, Lolly Lolly. Hopefully it's more clear now. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my full courses, which are on sale in the links in the description. Annabelle, why you laugh? All right. My throat. Let me tell you what I've done today. I got up. I did a little work. And then I spent 4.5 hours recording for a course, constantly talking, using my little board, my drawing board for my whiteboard. And now I'm doing this. And then I have my meetup in about half an hour. So a lot of talking today. The old voice getting a little tired. I can't. I'm losing it. Can't talk anymore. All right, guys. It's been fun. I think I'm going to call it a day today just to rest my voice so that I'm okay tomorrow, nice and fresh, so that I can speak tomorrow. I have more to record. I appreciate all the great questions, as usual. What do you guys think of doing live streams at this time? I don't know how you feel about it. I kind of like it. I usually do them earlier in the day, but it's good to have you guys here. Great to see some of you back again. New people, Annabelle, Gabby, great to see you. Lolly Lolly, return customer is what I like to call you, Lolly Lolly. Thanks for coming back. And those of you who left great comments, again, thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Again, would deeply appreciate if you could hit the like button before you go. Very important. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And those courses, by the way, one thing, you can sign up for a subscription, meaning that you can access all of the courses for one low monthly price. If you want, you can become a member. The membership comes with all of the courses. You can watch all of them. One price. Low price. Okay? So check that out. You can do that if you want to. Thanks, guys. See you next time. I'll be doing another one this week for sure. We'll see when it is. I love to promise when I will do them. But whenever I do that, I always break my promise. I'm a promise breaker. It's my personality. So I'm not going to promise. And I'll be back. I will return. I was laughing because you're doing funny interpretations of what you're saying. Oh. Yeah, when I'm doing a live stream, I'll be totally honest. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. I mean, I'm trying to answer the question clearly, but this is my time to sort of relax and have fun and not be too serious. Let me explain these things to you. It's not like that. I enjoy doing these, and if I didn't, I wouldn't do them. So it's fun. What about world? I haven't gotten that pronunciation already. Oh, didn't see that one. World. That's a tough one. World. 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 2 syllables. O. World. World. Okay. See you guys. Have a good one.